you're gonna have your moments. Like with my dad, I'm 100% free from my dad's pain. He passed away in '95. It's so rare. Like it's so rare you'll ever see me cry about my dad. And so I'm like, I know it's possible. I just don't know how I got there. So it's just like, but I'm like, one day I want to be like that with a lot of things. Like there was some weird study. I don't know if it's true or not, but they were saying someone that surrounds himself in mess is dealing with child trauma. So of course, if you guys saw my whole apartment, you'll be like, okay. So I'm wondering, like, is there something I'm not aware of? Because sometimes you suppress things. Like, I mean, my childhood's not perfect, but it doesn't justify the mess. So I'm like, is this true or is this a study? You know, they were saying another, because I mean, I've been studying me with the clutter. They were saying if you sleep in a room like that's cluttered, it causes you to have nightmares and unease with sleep. That's kind of true. Cause that's why I can never sleep in my room because it's a mess. So I always sleep in the living room. So I was just
Mm.
like, huh. So I'm like, you always wonder like why do you act the way you act? And it's all connected to pain or trauma or I mean, some of our parents are messy, so it's not your fault. But my mom's super neat. So I can't blame my parents. So but you know, I'm like, as I'm decluttering this house, it's so overwhelming. I'm like, how did it even get like this? But you know, because you don't want to ever be here again. It's like I don't want to be here anymore.
But too, sometimes like if you felt that you couldn't make a mess, you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you might feel like when you're cleaning that's you're doing that as a service to your mother or just the
Right? No, I get
protocol
that.
of that household, right? And it can you can have emotions, you know what I'm saying? Because especially you got in trouble for things being the littlest thing being out of place.
That's
You see what I'm
true.
saying?
That's so
And
true.
also perfectionism causes paralysis sometimes too.
Mm.
So, you know, and I deal with it or whatever myself. It's like, oh, I'm hungry. I need something to eat. Well, if I go downstairs to fix something to eat, I gotta wash this dish. If I go downstairs, I need to take this bag of trash down. If I take this bag of trash down, I need to put the other garbage that's in the refrigerator in the trash. Then I can clean the refrigerator where that was, and then wash the stove off, and then I can eat. Then I can cook so I can eat. But I ain't got the energy to get all that done. So what's gonna get done? I'm ordering Instacart. I'm ordering
You
Instacart.
ain't lying. Cause this is like, especially when you're on the path of healing, you want to figure out well, how did we get so far in pain, right? Because pain shows up in so many different ways. Like most of the time we're the punching bag to ourselves, to our own pain. So it's just like whatever breakthrough Taro is going through, I'm truly happy for him because you see
Okay.
it. Doesn't mean he's good. It just means there was a breakthrough somewhere. Because
I
I'm like,
started
hmm?
I started noticing when like I really well I can't remember when I first started noticing, but I really could see it when he was getting ready to like put the album out and everything, and he was promoting it and stuff. Which promo stream the one that song that he was singing on the live, yeah, that's on the
I
album.
wanna be the
Okay,
one.
sorry, I'm trying.
Well, maybe in November we can go back and celebrate 3T in Austin and you know
Yeah,
Carol and all of us was going through our own personal stuff when all that stuff came out and I'm like I can't promote them if I'm not even breathing right now. Like, Tori knows what's going on with me personally, so I'm like I'm not worried about the Jacksons right now. I need to deal with my own stuff. So, we're on the better side of a really challenging year. So I'm like, okay, we should go back and celebrate those albums. Those were, huh, like I said, I'm still learning TikTok, but I'm telling y'all, there's power in that app. You know, we keep saying we want to chart the Jacksons' music. I think I figured it out. You know, by the way, congratulations to TJ. Interrupt me. Is it so? Is it a Grammy consideration for this?
Yeah, he put it up for Grammy consideration. The 15th was the last day for votes. So now everybody that's put up something for Grammy consideration, they're waiting to find out if they are going to be nominated. But only people who are within that recording academy can vote. So
Because
yeah, but that's dope though.
Mhm.
I think the trick of charting now, ironically, is through like the Instagram/TikTok ecosystem. So, from what I was able to figure out, it's like, I mean, we need all Jackson family fans on deck, but basically, you kind of tell people what's popping, and you do it with your shorts. You do it with um like one girl I follow. Her name is Nicole. She'll tell us what to do for the day. So she'll be like, let's say, so let's try to do it in the Jackson form. Things that bother me as a Jackson fan, and then you'll list like 5 things. So she'll get her, she has a lot of people following her, like 161,000 people. So she'll do a task every day so someone has something to post. And this way you find your people. So you put it in your niche. So I said, if we can kind of do this in a Jackson space, oh my gosh, like all hands on deck. And then this
Mhm.
is how you can make this stuff chart. I have seen you guys put a lot of like more TJ stuff up for shorts and stuff, but it's just like, don't forget Austin, don't forget Taro, don't forget Paris. Like, make sure that everyone's getting equal opportunity to chart.
Hmm, that's interesting too.
It's a
Because
different, it's not YouTube and it's definitely not Instagram. It's different. You could tell it's being used as a marketing tool.
oh yeah, for sure. But I think a lot of times, we think about even as the Jacksons, whatever we think about, you know, the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and the primary Jacksons. You know what I'm saying? Even with 3T, and they were there in the 90s because, what I'm saying, I was there. Hello. But like you just named 4 people with stuff out right now, and I, maybe that's part of the grieving thing, that maybe we're kind of stuck in the grieving of what was, right?
Mhm.
And it's hard to be present. And I
Well,
know that.
that's part of the prison. Being part of a prisoner of pain is being paralyzed from the pain. But most of the time, we have the power to get out of that pain. It takes work. Anything you do that's worth having is a level of work that most of us don't want to do. It's very uncomfortable to go towards your dreams, like really go towards it. So, like, I've been laser focused for months. It is very hard. You're not talking to people, you don't have much of a social life. But I mean, hopefully, you're happy. But you have to cut a lot of things off to really go through it. So it's not, especially if your natural is to like do things passively. If you're laser focused, it's kind of have to stay that way. You know, a lot of people are not willing to do it. That's why when people make it, they get celebrated because most of us know what it took to get there. Because it's not 1 year of being focused. It's like 1 to 5 years of being focused, and most people would give up. So I'm in year 2 now. I'm in
Mm,
year 2, and I'm like, it's getting tougher and tougher, and because now you still got to deal with your family, you still got things to do. So like most weeks, I don't have like one day to myself at all. So like sometimes I'll get mad because then somebody be like, "Oh, I don't have a day off," and I'm like, "Neither do I." Like like welcome to adulthood. You don't get a day off till you die. Like what are we talking about? But I can't say nothing because it's just like, let me just be quiet and just, you know, If I say I'm going to do something for somebody, I'm going to do it. I don't care if I'm tired. Like, or don't say you're going to do something for somebody. Period.
Mm.
That's funny.
Yeah, but you know what I thought about too. Back to what you were saying about the you know, having clutter and things like that. Um, is that oftentimes when you've been raised to take care of other people, it is very hard for you to do things for yourself.
Yeah.
To find
Mhm.
the energy to clean like you would clean for company,
Yeah.
to clean like you would clean for your mother or your child. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes it's just like, oh, I just don't have the energy. Don't have the energy because subconsciously you have been trained to go without. And it takes, oh my goodness, it takes so much unwiring and rewiring and, you know, cleaning them corners out and stuff. Yeah, and then even then, it's still little fembots of, who you think you is. And so that happens.
Is it kind of like an oldest child thing?
The
No,
eldest girl thing is real. A
it's
middle girl, I don't know.
like I know for me, especially since I have so much on my plate. Like for example, like the Tito Jackson thing today, there's tons of stuff. I have his albums. I had shirts. Where the heck is all this stuff? So it's just like this stuff needs to be found, stored properly. I mean, I literally do this for a living. Someone pays me to like organize systems. So like, let's say we're selling sneakers. Those sneakers could be found like this. So I'm like, you do this for a living. Why are we making this harder than it has to be? But, again, you're paralyzed or like you said, you're tired. Um, I think that's why I went after my lifestyle with food first because I knew my food was making me sleepy. Like when I eat certain foods, it literally knocks me out. So we've checked to see if I was pre-diabetic. They claim I'm not, but to this day, if I eat certain foods, I literally pass out, like alcohol. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't need a test to know that I'm having an issue with foods. So I just got a food sensitivity test because again, sometimes you may not have the energies because something's irritating your system. So it's just
Hmm.
like most of the time, a lot of things are not your fault, but no one knows. Like
Right.
what's the root of the problem. So for me, it's baby steps. But I just knew like, oh, when you eat this, you pass out. Or I notice I have a lot of energy in the morning. So everything gets done in the morning. Everything gets done in the morning. And I only have energy
Hmm.
to do a live at night. I don't know why I have energy to do this at night, but nothing else. But I don't know. Because it's like at the end of the day, if I can't get out of my own way, then I'll be stuck in poverty forever.
Mm.
So you have to figure out what like everybody goes, oh, I want to go this, I want to do these Jackson events, I want to go to China or Japan or the Philippines. How do you get here? You have to figure out, well, how can I change? Especially like we have the opportunity to make money from home now.
Right.
E-stores, TikTok, shops, this, that, and the third. That still takes a level of focus because you gotta like TikTok, you're like a slave there. They want you there every day doing a live, literally every
Yep.
day, every freaking day. They want you to do a live. They want you to, and it's like they reward you for showing up. And I'm like, I don't know if I could be part of a TikTok environment, but at least I'm still observing how it works.
Right.
So it's just like there are people making 6, 7 figures off of TikTok because they show up all the time. So it's just like you have to figure out, well, how do I get these things in order to get out of poverty, to get out of debt, to get out of prison of pain. And that's another thing, like for me, like being distracted, like with what I want to do keeps me from being distracted with, oh, I miss my mom or I miss this person. I don't have time to cry over people if I'm busy. Like, not to be funny. So it's
Hmm.
like, okay, so this is a good distraction.
But it's also important to find a balance between that because
True.
a lot of people um make themselves busy from instantly after a loved one passes, and they never heal. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
like that with my mom. So with
Mm,
my mom, I had no choice. I was in charge of everything.
yeah.
And some family members are super sensitive. So even if I wanted to crumble, I know I couldn't because I wanted to make sure we didn't have any,
Hmm.
weirdness going on. So I got lucky. I had for 4 or 5 months, I had to be my mom. My mom never rests. No
Mm,
tears. The show must go on. The
right.
pandemic happened months after my mother died, which means the world shut down, which means I had to deal with it. And like I said, I had MJ Fangirl helping me. And it's funny, she didn't help me with the grief per se. She was just really inspirational on how to fix the channels and how to make them grow. I'm a workaholic. So it's just like, even though I'm not like, I wasn't as proactive when everything happened, but that the seed from 2020 is what you guys see now. So it's just like it took 5 years to get to this point, and we still have a long way to go. But at least I can remember it was those conversations with MJ Fangirl to help me get to where I am now. So it's just she's like when I say she's laser focused, Jesus, like it's impressive. It's impressive. So you're just like, uh-huh. But it's not something you turn on. I mean, I do rest here and there, but not really. But I really like to work if that makes any sense. So, like, if you do something you love, it's not really work. That's actually true. That's very, very true. Like, my
It's
nine
so
to five does not feel like social media. Like, when I go to work, I'm literally crying. When I come to this, I'm so happy to see y'all. I'm so happy to put in the work. I get $1 a day off of YouTube, two max, versus
mm,
what I get paid for my job, which is way more. There's a difference when you get paid close to zero and you love it versus when you get paid well and you're just like, I don't want to do it.
yeah, because we are spiritual beings. It's what feeds your soul, and
Mm-hmm.
it's so crazy. Like how you mentioned that seed thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And um, at being an Aquarius, we are visionaries. We're so far in the future, right? Whatever, and we have great ideas and da 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 da, and this, and we gonna do it fast and perfect and da 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 da. But everything don't happen like that. And
No.
so, like the one thing huh, I really kind of gotten into is appreciating the seedling and appreciating all the steps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Appreciating the journey, you know. I got even last year when I went back home, I went back for the Jackson's um concert party. Right? And I wasn't everything went like I wanted it, right? But I was like, I gotta go, I gotta go. I just felt something, right? I was like, this is special. This might not ever happen again. And I got to see Tito perform with his son in Gary, Indiana, with Jackie and Marlon. We had a real Jackson party in Gary, Indiana in 2024. Huh?
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just that seed. It was like, okay, you want to go, but you got to take these steps, right? You got to take these steps. And what's so crazy is I didn't even realize, like, that's part of the first line in the poem, that a wealth of gratitude and love we show for the melodic seeds you sowed, for the cornerstone foundational weight you told. And like, I think oftentimes we think about the end product, I guess getting away from that agrarian culture, agriculture, right? We think about, oh, I want cucumbers, I want tomatoes, I want $1 million. But somebody has to harvest seeds. Somebody has to harvest seeds for you to have to and able to plant a seed, then nurture and cultivate that seed to grow into a plant, and then after growing into a plant, then bear fruit. You know, and a lot of times, like it takes years for a plant to mature before it can produce fruit. So we have to like appreciate the seed and the plant, and all of those things, and not just the end product.
I think about the Jackson's legacy. Tito literally beating the seed, literally,
Yeah,
and look what that grew out to be. Like literally the most famous
family.
musical family in the world ever.
And look at all the other seeds that
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And more
And
will grow, and more will grow.
right. And I know we're not talking about the biopic much, but like, I mean, that's a seed right there. That is a seed. So I know we ain't got. We have any update on this biopic?
We kind of dropped the ball on that, but when the biopic comes back, because I even lost the notes I had on that thing. We'll do it again.
Okay.
Basically, if you guys no, actually, we'll do biopic for next week. There is a
Okay.
clip I can show you that is relevant, but for now, technically, it's still nothing burger. It's just a bunch of rumors.
What you call it? Nothing burgers?
Yeah, for now,
Nothing burgers.
it's
What do you
gonna
have in nothing burgers?
nothing burgers. But according to them, if you go see Wicked November 21st, there might be a biopic trailer in there. I got my ticket already. Um,
But first, that's Sagittarius season. Hello.
but nothing was confirmed, like nothing. So I was like, I have like an AMC A-list membership. I pay one less to, less than the price of one ticket. I get to see 16 movies a month. So I'm like, all right, yeah. At
I was
first,
wondering because I'm like, you always going to movies, and then you got wherever you are, you got some kind of roller coaster, amusement park kind of theater, or something like that. I don't know nothing about because I haven't been to
that
a theater
one's
since
not
before the
free.
pandemic.
So that's not in the pricing, but on
Oh,
Tuesday the 4DX is like $20 instead of $35. So I'll do the Regal on Tuesdays. Most of the time I'm in AMC because that's where the free movies are at. But and it's
yes.
funny, I'll go to AMC on a break, and my friends are like, "Where are you going to eat?" I'm like, "At the movie theater." They go, "Are you being serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm paying for it."
Hmm.
I be hitting up the little salsa machine. I'm like,
I like. Do they sell they sell spirits there at yours too?
yeah, but I don't drink at all. I have health issues, so it's not in my interest at all to drink ever.
Mm,
Um,
I
it
get you.
it dehydrates me really bad. I have kidney issues, so I'm like, we are not trying to
Okay, you
sit
okay?
down for a drink. So, and I mean, and honestly, I can't hold liquor at all. Like I get drunk in five
Mm,
seconds. So it's just like between me getting drunk quick and the kidneys, just no. You always will see me with water, rarely with sugar at all. Like because, like I said, certain foods will literally shut me down. So it's
yeah,
like, I mean, I eat some junk food, but not as much as I used to. Because especially if you're doing like a 9 to 5, and then you're doing the social media from 6 to midnight, then you got to take care of this person who's sick, and then there's no time to be sleepy. So
mm-mm.
if I could not sleep, I would. I'm like I would just work 24/7. Again, it doesn't feel like work if it's this, but you gotta sleep.
Definitely. I saw somebody in the comments said they was from Indiana too. So hey, Indiana in the house. I don't live in
Dixie.
Indiana currently. Yay! You know, we always got Indiana in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? So
It looks like the new mayor is trying to like Graceland energy in there. You never know what Gary could turn out to be. Because right now they have the casino and a couple of fast food places. Like, and Gary, I'm not gonna lie, I was like so in awe on how little that area has compared to other parts of the world I've been to. Like, there were parts where it looked like it was a mall that somehow got hit by atom bomb and then they just left it. I was just like, huh? Like, I've never seen a place like Gary.
And see, that's the other thing is that Gary is actually, as far as landmass, it's a large size city. It's not
Yeah.
as densely populated, but when you come into Gary and you are going to downtown, basically most people come into Gary, they're in between Grant Street. Well, excuse me, they just was it yesterday? Whatever. No, Thursday, not Thursday, Monday. Monday they changed Grant Street to honor the first black mayor in the United States, Richard Hatcher. They changed Grant Street to Richard Hatcher Boulevard. So they go between Grant and Broadway, which is 1 mile, and the Jackson's house is in between there.
Oh,
So
okay.
so you go between there, go downtown, and come back up to, and you're back at the interstate. So most people don't get to see all of Gary, and um, you know, there with all the history, there's not enough like museums and stuff for you to actually get that. People don't know about the lovely beach we have on Lake Michigan. You know, um, so
Is
there's
the
other
water
things,
blue like Chicago?
huh?
Is the lake as blue as the water in Chicago?
It's the same lake. It's the same lake. You
Shoot.
can literally listen. You go to you go to the beach in Gary, which is right down the street from where I went to high school. You can, standing on the beach in Gary, look across the lake and see downtown Chicago, see the South Loop. You know what I'm saying? It's People don't understand how close Gary is to
Our
Chicago.
water is. I remember we went to Gary and then we went back to Chicago like within a day or two. The first thing I noticed was this freakishly blue water. I said, "What the heck?" I just
And it's
kept.
fresh water. So it doesn't
I
sting when you get in it.
love when I say I love water. We live in New York. Our water is brown. I'm not even being funny. Our water is brown.
Look here.
It's brown.
I,
I was like, what? So when
I,
I
I love
first
I
saw
love
blue
traveling.
water, I love water.
I love water too. And when I tell you, that's one of the things that really just put a damper on New York for me. I've only been there once. It's been 30 years since I've been there. And I tell you, I have not had any, whew, to want to go back.
I live here. I
I,
get it. I'm like,
this is 95. We didn't know nothing about paying for a cup of water. You're in 95, you're in a restaurant. the you go in a restaurant and have to pay for a cup of water. This is where we had like water bottles like just prolific everywhere. We went to Chinatown. I got off the bus. I bought a Walkman or something in Chinatown. And then we went on, it's like Fisherman's Wharf. They had a mall or something. So we went in there. I was like, what is going on? And it stunk to high heaven. I was just like, oh no. And mind you, I was 14. I was lying. I was saying I was 15, but I was lying. I was 14. I took my butt and just sat on the bus. They got off and they went to go look at what's that lady standing, Lady Liberty. I get, they got, when you're down there, you can get off the bus and go to look at the Statue of Liberty. When I tell you, I was so over New York, and I had never saw dog-sized rats in my life.
child. The other day I had a rat. So there's not a lot of rats in this area, but because there's a lot of construction, now there is. So this rat was chasing me, and I started screaming like a punk. And everybody's looking at me like it's just a rat, and I'm like, it's the size of my dog. Like, what are we talking about? I just started screaming and running.
And I ain't talking about no
No,
little
No, they're big rats.
terrier.
No, they got
I'm
some big
talking
rats
about,
here.
yeah,
Like
a foot
raccoon
off the
sized
ground
rats.
size
They're
dog.
big.
I was like, no, I'm ready to
New
go
York.
home.
Okay, so New York, if you had like someone living here to like make sure you can have the best experience possible, but I have to admit, it's not the best place to visit. I like Vegas way better. You know, I live here, so there's that. But like, I'll visit other states, and I think it's more charming than New York by a lot. Like New York legitly stinks. Like when you said it stunk, I said, "Oh, you got it. It stinks, bro." I'm like, what the?
I was like, how? I'm like, you telling me we drove all these thousands of miles? I don't know. It's probably 1,000 or whatever. But I don't. It could be 800. I
Okay,
don't know. I know
okay,
we drove too long
no,
for
okay.
us to go to Fishman Wharf and it smelled like that. To
No,
a mall,
you
we
know
gonna go
what
buy
parts?
clothes
No,
where it
Upper
stank.
East Side is nice. Upper East Side is nice. Soho's really nice. I love Harlem's a lot. Um, no, it still stinks though, except for the Upper East Side.
Harlem stinks.
Um, Harlem's cool, even though they're going through gentrification. It's still a large population of Black people there. Lots of history. Right now, the Michael Jackson star is being buried because they're under construction, but they just renovated like a hotel that's like right next to it. That's really really nice. I like Harlem a
Okay.
lot. That's actually where my family's from.
That's what's
Um,
up. I have an affinity for Harlem too. I love Mace. Harlem World. Mace is
yeah,
my favorite
I
rapper.
do like 42nd, but 42nd's very overwhelming even to us. It's super crowded and not a good way. But I learned when to take people to 42nd Street. It's very early in the morning. No one's there on the weekends, not on the weekdays. That's when you can go to the Disney store. The movie theaters open early. So if you ever come to 42nd, you do that first thing in the morning before it gets nuts. And plus, the more money you have, the better experience. It's like I like the Hudson Yard. That's a new luxury place to shop. They have this. Actually, the Hudson Yard is popping. That's the new hot spot in New York. But all that stuff takes money, you know. Like we did that little observatory deck, and it was like $50 plus the pictures and da 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 da. So uh, New York is cool. I mean, I would suggest at least visiting it once, but I'm more of
Yeah,
a
it don't
Vegas
sound New
girl.
York don't sound like the place to go if you on a budget.
Oh
It's
no, no.
nah.
Even if you stay with someone, like in my place, it's this is not a place to stay. It's my family, they'd be cracking jokes. They'd be like, yo, Trish, really? Like, as a matter of fact, my aunt is begging me to move out, and I'm just like, who's going to pay this $3,000 rent? Like, make it make sense. But eh, like one of my
Yeah,
friends,
so like even if you went
she's
to go stay
rich.
with a friend up there, if their rent is $3,000,
No, my friend. So one of my friends is well, not anymore. She was rich. She used to live at 22nd Street. Now her apartment was fire, but it was like a $1 million apartment. So that's why it was fire. Look all that money.
yeah. I'm saying like if you're coming from out of town and you go and stay with a friend who lives in New York, okay,
Right. You want
their
that
rent
New York
is
experience.
$3,000.
Yeah.
So let's say that you give a gratuity of $3,000 is $300, and you ain't ate yet or nothing.
No, well, like, that's the cool thing about my friends and even me. We're not going to charge you like not that anybody stays here long. They'll be like, it was cute, peace out. But my friend who got money, we were chilling in her house for a minute. It was so cool because it looked like a
Hmm.
little hotel, and I was like, damn, sis. But only
I hear you.
had one friend because she doesn't live there anymore. But I was just like, no, most of my friends struggle, even the rich ones. That's how you know New York's bad when the rich people struggle.
Yeah, because you know what's happening. I'm in Charlotte, and now and I'm coming to Charlotte for 20 years, right? Charlotte does not even look like it looked when I came 10 years ago. You
Cause
know?
cause all these daggone East Coast people are down there messing up your whole economy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh goodness, and I'm like, that used to be there. No, you got to look up now. It's like, oh, and they've actually left the facades of the old buildings and put skyscrapers in the facade of what used to be 2 or 3 story buildings.
That's terrible. I went down there several times. I love the charm of the Carolinas. That sucks.
Yeah,
Which
but
means your rents are going to go higher, your houses are going to go higher, your property tax going higher. That's crazy.
and we can't. It's a big difference between New York living and Carolina living. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not actually in the city, but it's still like the the highways are not equipped for traffic like that here.
Mm. And that's the one
Yeah.
thing I like about the Carolinas. It was slow pace. Clearly, I don't know. I don't know like why everybody wants to live on this hustle and bustle. Like I was talking to this kid on TikTok who's in Africa. He wants to come here. And I'm like, why do you want to come here? I said, you're in the richest continent on the whole planet.
Mm,
So I got the impression that it may not be a good environment. So then I said, why don't you just move someplace else in Africa? Because the complex layers of being an African in America, you
mm,
being African American is something, try being African. Because
mm.
Africans don't, or African Americans don't embrace Africans. So you're kind of like on the outs with everybody. I said, if you come here, you better come here with a plan and you better find people from your area. Because that's how they do it in New York. Like, let's say you're from Nigeria or whatever, you'll just look for your
Right.
Nigerian community. But I was just like, why would you leave Africa? It's like, and I'm telling you, I don't think they're prepared to deal with the diseases of America. Like, I'm like, oh, if you're in a bad part, yeah, just leave that part of Africa and go somewhere else. Like, don't come here. And I was like, why would you want to come here? But I don't think they
Mm.
understand because it's like, I guess, like, it's the persona of America. And I'm like, yeah,
Because it's the Jacksons' American dream. Everybody wants the Jacksons' American dream. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Duh. They want a he
if
too.
you
Okay.
ever go to the Caribbeans, everybody got flip flops, simple life. That to me is real living.
I get you.
That's that slow, chill, blue water. Let me braid your hair or let me open up my shop life. And if you don't make no money, you're not gonna go homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like that's living.
I get you. Some like I look at what Lagos looks like and how so many of them are living. And I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't be like with all those people on top of me. I can't do it. I don't do well with that.
I
Like
mean,
that's part of the reason why New York. Like, I'm like I have never had to walk across the street
oh, well, that's
50 deep.
42nd Street. I think is everybody the most anxiety. Even us. I was like, so I learned which avenue to cross now because I'm like, yo, why does it take so long to get from one side to the next? So now I find a way to like bypass people. It took me a while to figure it out. I was like, what? And no, I'm not revealing it because I need that to stay clear. But it's like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
because I'm
mean,
like I'm a football field worth of people cross the street at one time, all the time, and it- that ain't no 1 or 2 people every now and then when I'm crossing. That's what I was used to before I went there. So yeah, like I never went to the Taste of Chicago because I just don't. It's just too much. I'm a sensitive being. Can I
I
say?
like Chicago though. It's cool vibes. Cool vibes.
Oh yeah, I love Chicago, but the Taste of Chicago used to be on the 4th of July or whatever, and it would be over 1 million people,
Oh no.
and it was, and it would be like all the big stars you would want to see, and all the food you get. I guess they gave out like coupons and stuff. You pay a certain amount to be admitted. Then you could never eat everything because it was just too much good food. But and I love food, but I go when I ain't got to deal with 1 million people,
Yeah.
and that's when you get there. And not the traffic, because traffic is horrible in Chicago. That going downtown Chicago, it is ridiculous, and where the streets are packed, and ain't no. I one time it took me 2 hours to get home.
Oh we.
2 hours. I was sitting on the interstate in the turn. They're like, if you if you ever been downtown Chicago, you know that there's like a turn on the damn Ryan. And so I'm just looking at White Sox field in the heat. It's 89 degrees, at least 89 degrees, probably hotter than that. And it's no wind, nothing. I love Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like what Tori was talking about with Gary. Chicago's a big city, but it has a family reunion feel. So, it's just something about it. Yeah, some stuff might jump off, but usually it ain't jumping off like that. Or whatever. If something jump off, you did it. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Because we have a code. It's a code there. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in that part of the life, that part of life don't usually mess with you.
That's true. Because one of my family members live in a tough part of Chicago, and we knew about how they were looking in the car. We were in the bad part, but nothing happened to us. But the city's completely different. The city's like, it's like New York is mad. Well, actually, New York is worse. But you don't feel
Yeah,
like anything's gonna pop off. You're just like whatever.
yeah. Like the stuff y'all have to go through riding the subway and stuff there. I ain't
The,
equipped.
the subway's 55th. Like I just started riding the subway recently. It's it's acquired taste. It's the fastest way to get through the city. So I was taking private trains and buses to get around, but it just takes too long to travel. I'm like, nah, bro. Like I've come to this conclusion: if it's meant for me to go, I'm just gonna go. Like I can't because you wasted all this time trying to bypass danger.
hmm
Hold on.
Yeah. Chicago people speak. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to ask too many questions, then people gonna look at you crazy. But like, yeah, we speak though. Some people might just give you the head nod. If you know how to do the head nod, you go a long way. You know what I'm saying? But then other people, you might get wrapped up in the conversation and talk to somebody like you've known them forever, and you're like, who was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's
It's
just so much
cool.
fun
Like
to
I
be had.
go back. My aunt lives out there, and I keep saying I'm gonna go back, but just never get the time. Like I need to find the time because my aunt be coming to see us. But it's like, I mean, of course I've seen her because I went out to her house once, but I think Chicago's cool. I mean, especially if you go to Gary, Indiana. Most of
hmm
y'all got to go to the airport there anyway. Just check it
Right.
out.
And
Here's a question from Carol: are the people in Chicago friendly?
yeah, that's what I was answering. Comments so answering it. I would say so. Like I said, it's
They friendlier than New Yorkers. New
yeah.
Yorkers legitly pop off in a way that makes you go, really? Like well, I don't want to tell this story online, but something bad happened to me last week. I don't want to get the details, and I'm just like,
Mm-mm.
I knew I should have like called the cops because I was just like, yo, what just happened? And it happened like this. I was like, what just happened? That's what I want to say. Like things pop off fast, and men are not afraid to hurt women at all. Like a man will push a freaking chick like she's like a dude. So
Yeah.
sometimes when that happens, like multiple women will beat on a man when that happens, but you need multiple women to help you. Like why are the men in New York so aggressive? It's like, come on.
Yeah. So Carol, um, Chicago is not as densely populated as New York. So there's a lot of homes with yards or whatever. Um, but you have all types of different housing. That's why Chicago keeps on coming up as the number one big city in the United States to live in 9 years straight now. You know, um, because it's so many levels to get into housing in Chicago. As so whether you want an apartment, a condominium, you want a home, you want a whatever kind of house you want, it's there. Plus, you can still have space between you and your neighbors. You
Mm.
know, um, the food's so good, and the arts. It's it's just it's so many museums, and you got you know the Bulls, of course, the Bears. the White Sox, the Cubs, they got the Blackhawks. It's like, you know, you got, if you're into sports, if you got, I'm saying, like, everything.
Do you know
There's
if there's
just so much there.
any Jackson connections?
Any of the Jackson connections? So
Yeah.
um the Jacksons often played, like, they got discovered in Chicago at the Regal Theater. So my only thing is that, so the Regal Theater I grew up with, I'm not sure that they were performing at the same Regal Theater I know, because there's a Regal Theater that's on 79th Street in Chicago, which sits right off of the Skyway, which is the toll road that goes from Indiana over into Chicago. So it makes the trip way shorter.
Okay.
Um, but you got to pay. So apparently, the original Regal Theater that you hear about, all the great black folks performing at, was in Bronzeville, which is like State Street, which is now Dr. Martin Luther King Highway, Dr. Martin Luther King Drive, or whatever. And so it's further. It's like South Loop area. So I don't know if they were performing at that Regal Theater, which was like a 42nd and State or something like that, or if they were performing at the Regal Theater on 79th Street. But it was still a whole lot of iconic performers there at both places. But the one that was on 42nd, like they did a lot of stars from the 30s and 40s and 50s. I know that much. A lot of the jazz stars and stuff. So, and that's where Gladys met them, was at the Regal Theater.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cloister.
Yeah. And so literally 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, a 30-minute drive between Gary and the Regal Theater, you know, and they were doing that all the time. That's why they say they could, you know, end the show and then they get home and have to try to finish their homework real quick, because it's, it wasn't a big distance. It wasn't like they was having to drive 2 hours and nothing like that. People think that Gary and Chicago are so far apart. Actually, a lot of people who stay on the south side of Chicago are closer to Gary than they are to downtown Chicago.
Mm.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, for black folks, if you live in Chicago, more than likely you got family that lives in Gary. If you live in Gary, you got family that lives in Chicago.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's always been a back and forth type of thing, you know, because you had more space out in Gary. Getting
Gary,
home.
if I had, surprisingly, if I had money, I would move down there. Like I said, it's something about that quiet life, man. That's the life for me. I mean, if I live here, take advantage of it. Why not? But I'm talking about long term. Why give me peace and quiet?
Oh
What's
yeah.
that song from Destiny from Michael Jackson? Like, bruh.
That's,
I,
yeah, that's the Jacksons. Destiny's the Jacksons.
You
that's
know who
so
wrote it?
That's the, who
Tito.
wrote it? Tell us.
Michael and Tito.
Michael and Tina wrote Destiny. Okay,
Tito connection.
come on.
Give me the simple life. And
Hmm.
I say maybe because I'm a city girl, I finally realized the real value of life is peace, and just always being at peace. Like, especially like New Yorkers, we're in a different stage. Like, yeah, I'll dress up for the movies, of course, because I'm exclusively dating myself. Gotta look good for me. But honestly, I just wear
Hello.
Crocs and sweats all the time. Like, I don't need to be in a big city for Crocs and sweats.
Yeah. Like Gary has that, like even Chicago has some of that too, but it's a difference.
Yeah.
Gary has that thing where it's city, but it's also country, because a lot of people kept gardens. Like, I grew up with a garden in my backyard, and like, I like that. Even in the movie, they show Joe, and I guess that was his brother Luther or something, out in the field picking potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So before the interstate came, well, that area that was south of where the Jacksons lived, that was called small farms. I actually lived in small farm apartments that's a little bit further down 25th. So if you've been to the Jackson's house, you go west. That area was called small farms because a lot of people grew stuff or whatever, and you can go and so it had that city feel, but it still had the agriculture.
Mm.
So you got the best of both worlds. You can go pick you some potatoes or whatever. Go pick whatever kind. Pick you some greens and cabbages and stuff like that,
That's
and then
perfect.
have to fight your way back home from gangbangers. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Lord.
Well, I didn't realize how far we went. So I'm gonna have to cancel the watch party because I'm falling asleep.
You are?
Yeah.
I
I
thought
can't
you
even
did the watch
tell.
party.
No, no, no. We always do watch parties last because just in case people can't stick around. I
Oh,
mean,
I thought y'all watched the last episode last week. Okay.
no. So we're gonna have to owe y'all a party. But
Okay.
this is great. It was a nice little bit of Tito, a little bit of Jackson's, a little bit of Chicago, a little bit of Gary,
Mm-hmm.
New
Got
York
some New
rat,
York.
little unique rats shenanigans. The rats are real. Um, but I do want to read what his sons wrote for this awesome Tito Jackson Day. I was like, whoa, because I remember like out of nowhere in my head that weird nod thing. I said, oh, I know what that means. There's no way I'm gonna make it.
Mm-mm.
Episodes 5 and 6 will be shown next week. Just keep in mind, guys. Let me look at the calendar before I say what I'm about to say, because I know a lot of you guys are about to go to This Is Thriller. We also have King Vincent in New York. So let me look at my calendar real quick. So to next Tuesday is safe, right, Tori?
Yes.
All right. So next Tuesday we're going to conclude that. And then you know what? We could do the following week, the watch party with Tito, the Jacksons tour. So, because honestly, I didn't even have nothing scheduled for that. Um, and we'll definitely talk about King Vincent. This is Thriller. Da da da. We've covered it, but just refresh everybody. The Thriller Challenge. So that's
Oh
that.
yeah.
That's all. And of course, some biopic stuff. I do. There is a clip I want to show you guys for sure. Um, Let me see. Let me blow this up because I don't feel like putting on my reading glasses. So from the Jacksons Instagram, they wrote on this day in 1953, our brother Tariano was born. Did I say it right? Tariano was born
Okay, like that.
as the heart and foundation of the Jackson Five. Tito sparked the family legacy in music. Without him, there would be no Jackson 5, no Jacksons, and no 3T. The city of Gary was named has named October 15th, Tito Jackson Day. Rightfully so. He deserves this honor as we thank Tito for his extraordinary impact he made. We honor his life, his legacy, and his timeless message. Love one another. It's always Tito time. All right, Tori,
Woo!
take the next one.
That's
From
beautiful.
Taro. He said, Happy heavenly birthday to my father, Papa 3T. I'm so thankful for all you did for me and proud to be your son. You really gave me a wonderful childhood and taught me so much along the way. Whenever people found out you were my father, they would smile and say how cool and down to earth you were. I miss you and will carry you in my heart always. Love you, Pops. Oh, and
Papa,
he put hashtag it all started with a broken guitar string.
okay, like we said, the seed that grew.
Okay.
This one, Tina always got me on under the table crying. Let's see if we can get through this. Hold on.
TJ.
Always happy heavenly birthday to my father, Papa T. There will never be another like you. humanity, your simple way of life is something I'll always be grateful to have witnessed and experienced as your son. You made a mark on this world that will never be forgotten or ignored. Plus, you always did it with grace, poise, and respect. Thank you for that example. To conclude, it's never easy losing a parent, and losing you was has been even more challenging knowing you went through what you went through in the end. I hope your soul is complete peace. Now, Pops, God got you. That's awesome. And so this we're gonna have to postpone, guys. I have several things to do in a matter of hours, and I need to get some sleep. But this was awesome. Thank you, Mama. You definitely brought some light and some history and some everything in here. Some some good energy.
Mm-hmm.
I messed it up. I messed it up all the time.
You missed it up. It's really. I was like, okay, this was not the plan, but me and Tori could definitely we can what you call it. There we go. We could we can move things around. The power of alive. It's like okay. Um, and there was something I did stumble across. So if nothing else, I'll make note because we have to go through this every year, every October 15th. So if nothing else, we'll find whatever we couldn't do for this year. Hopefully next year and the year after and the year after. And I think everyone who posted and tagged on Instagram, like I said, I try to get as many people as possible. Whether you posted your own thing or gave a shout out on Twitter, whatever, that this is the impact. This is the world know that Tito time is all the time.
All the time. It's Tito time. Um, you said something earlier about pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but sometimes we ask for the pain to be removed, right? But I've come to learn that pain is an indicator of an issue, right? And sometimes pain teaches us what really matters most to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, and sometimes we get stuck and just have like think about the pain, but we can transmute that, right? And let pain serve a purpose, right? Or push
Mm-hmm.
us further into our purpose, you know? Um, because a lot of times it hurts because it's something you care about,
Always.
you know? So it's like, okay, I can concentrate on the pain or I can concentrate on the thing that I care about, you know? Um, I can give more energy to that thing that I care about. And I think that the Jacksons as a whole have given us all, the ability to dream bigger.
Yeah.
So,
And I honestly think they've gone through pain that none of us could ever endure, whether it be physical pain, mental pain. Um, I think just especially the young ones, the Marlons, Michael, Janet, and Randy, a whole childhood. You can't get that back. Like at least the older
mhm,
brothers had some normalcy, but that's a huge sacrifice, and it's like the fact that they tried to erase them, I'm like, nah, dogs. Like not on our watch.
mhm. Another thing I thought about though too is that you were talking about how people were saying negative stuff about Tito, and people
At
still
least
say negative.
they tried in the beginning when I said Twitter shut that down quick and TikTok, they shut that down.
Hmm.
Because I
I'm
notice
grateful.
people in general are very insensitive to death. Like, for example, D'Angelo passed away the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Then one person said something smart. And I'm like, if you don't know who that is, it's okay to shut up.
Right.
Like if you're just because I mean we're losing the value of a human life. If you don't know someone's catalog or their history or whatever, that's fine. We're not going to fine you for this. But it's just the insensitivity to someone's life. That's where I have an issue. And then people
Hmm.
don't know that D'Angelo and Angie Stones has a son together. That means that child has no parents.
Not at
Mhm.
all.
So it's just like, just shut up. Like, if you, like, I get it. I know D'Angelo. I met him. If I find the picture, I'll put it up. So I was just kind of cute that day. And so where I work, they put a laminator for the vendors so the store knows that you don't belong to them. So
Okay.
they thought it was a VIP tag, and they put me on the press side. I wasn't correcting it. So I'm standing there like on the side with the press on. Like, so you see me like cheesy smile with D'Angelo in the back. I was like, I'm not gonna correct this. That was such a funny memory. I said, oh, okay. Because you know, I always have some kind of camera or something on me. So that was the given. So that was hilarious. And I wish I could have found it for this, but nice guy, really, really sweet. And I'm so sorry he died at 51. I mean, what just made me think of it was just some of the disrespect with that. I was like, what are we doing? Shut up.
One of the first things I thought about was that I'm like, oh, he died, at the age two. If Michael would have lived 2 more months, he would have been
Oh
51.
man.
No way.
Yeah. And I'm
That's
like,
so young.
and then I looked and I'm like, D'Angelo was born in 74. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what? That's the same. He's the same age as my big brother.
Oh way.
Yeah. And, for him to be gone is crazy. But,
Unfortunately, cancer is at alarming rates right now. I think it's a mix of everything. This is just unpopular opinion. I'm not a specialist, but I think it's a combination of things. It's such a high rate. Like it's
yeah.
almost like the normal now. I'm like on TikTok, they have these girls like in their 30s talking about I have cancer. I said, in your 30s?
Oh, yeah.
And this is somehow became some new norm. It's super, super sad because
And because
nobody
it's,
be going through that. And I mean, mm, heart goes
yeah, it's
out to
coming from everywhere.
D'Angelo's family big time. Because I was like, bro, 51. That's a 70s baby. That's like me. I'm a 70s baby. That's crazy just to think about.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Like in my job, I think like every three people have cancer now, and I'm like, what? And
Dang.
everyone's averaging in my department like about 50 years old. Why does all
Wow.
these people have cancer? What is going on? Oh man,
Because the
sorry.
stuff that they make everything with.
It's true. Like
Um,
it's not even your fault. Like it's like legitly bad. It's crazy.
yep. So,
Well,
yeah, we got to get back to natural fibers and stuff like that. And
yeah.
some things have to change, but somebody was, I know a group of people that was telling us this years and years ago, right? Can you feel it? Can you feel it now? If you didn't feel it then, can you feel it now? Okay.
Oh God.
We got to change. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, sorry, Carol. I had no idea. That was only a few months ago. Man, rest in peace to cousin Joe.
Uh,
And cancer is usually a very slow and painful process. It's not even
Mhm.
like something that takes you out quick.
what takes you out quick is the treatment.
Yeah. But there's no one size fits all. Like for one of my relatives, so they got cancer in their 30s and it was too aggressive. So she did holistics mixed with removal of stuff, mixed
Right.
with chemo. They had to take stuff out.
Hmm.
So, and this is under 40 years old. That's unheard of. I mean, fast forward a couple years, this relative of mine is very much alive, but that was a very scary journey.
And both
So,
my parents had bouts with cancer. My mother
oh,
had breast cancer when I was a junior in high school. Um,
oh,
and I just took care of her, but I never, like, it was no pessimistic. thought or vibe. My father had prostate cancer later on. He, it was no big thing. I think he just had surgery. My mom had to have chemo and radiation and stuff, and that was a lot. Um, Fast forward about 16, 15 years later, she has cancer again, but this time it's a whole nother vibe.
Mm.
And just say she found out October, no, Thanksgiving Day, she had surgery. Mid 2 days after my birthday, February, she's gone.
Oh
Mm.
Mid
man.
February, she's gone. She had one chemo treatment, and then they thought she was too weak to have the second one. And before that week was out, she was with spirit.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. And you're young, so that's even tougher. I find
Mm,
the younger you lose your parents, the more like it's just a whole different vibe. It's really bad. So man, you got a good spirit considering like that's a super tragic loss.
Mhm.
I don't know what's keeping you optimistic, but God bless you, man. That's not easy. That's a flex.
it's been me and Source. It's been me and the Creator. Um, you know, I'm always felt very, very close, connected spiritually. Um, and that's also like what made me gravitate to the Jacksons so much is because I could feel their spirit. I could feel their kind heartedness. I could feel a genuineness there. You know what I'm saying? And, it'll be 9 years. It'll be 9 years. My mom's birthday was the last month. She's also Libra. So I know them Libras what they'll get some stuff started, okay? They gonna do that. uh, um, but yeah, knowing that energy doesn't die.
That's
You
so true.
know,
That is so true. That is so true.
and her DNA is in me. And she she show up all the time. She be in my dreams. I'm like, okay. I'm like, how many? I'm like, okay, you really want to kick it? You just really want to kick it? Okay, her and my daddy. I'm like, y'all didn't kick it this hard when he was here. Oh, you figured out your little prize kids. Oh yeah, now. And what's crazy is my mom passed 2 days after my birthday.
Oh wait,
Um, and then 2 years later, my dad passed 2 days before my birthday.
child.
What?
So yeah, so I have spiritual bookends,
That's
protection. You
okay.
know what I'm saying?
That's a good way of looking at it. It's a good way.
I'm not the only child. Like like the Jacksons is batches of them, right? You got the older batch, you got the middle batch, you got the baby batch. That's how Mississippi, Alabama folk had
Mhm.
kids. They had batches of sets of kids, and what I'm saying, I'm somewhere in the middle to towards the end of them batches of kids. But they said, you know what? We gonna cover her.
I'm
We
not
gonna
gonna
go.
lie. The siblings help. The siblings help a lot. Because
Not
mostly
mine.
Oh.
not in that way. Just like sometimes with support, not financial. I just mean like my brother's like a variation of my mom sometimes, and I just be like he'll talk to me, and I'm like, you sound like her, so that's kind of cool. So and he'll be like, you sound like her. so
Yeah.
so I remember I know you never met Amy, but she was a moonwalker who passed away. But one of her daughters sound just like her. So sometimes I just be like, wait, what? Like you sound like your mom. So that's
Now
kind of
is
cool.
Amy the she's got a chubby face or whatever, little kind of little lighter color. Is that who you talking about?
Amy Sutherland, and she's always on the dance floor. She used to like drip. If I can find her stuff.
No, I know the whatever. I know the one lady that passed. I seen her or whatever. That I guess she was in New York with you or something.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is that Amy?
That's Amy. At least I think we're on the same page. Melanie was a light skinned lady. And Amy was
Melanie's the light skinned lady.
yeah, and then Amy's like brown skin like me.
Okay, so
Uh,
I guess the Melanie.
yeah,
It's them
Melanie.
MYs. We get it confused. Okay.
Now Melanie was the one who's been fueling this whole Michael Jackson thing in New York.
Yeah,
She's been going for almost
Melanie's the one
years
I
now.
saw online before.
Yeah. When I say they're still avoiding New York, I'm like, it is not the same.
Yeah, because you've talked about it. Tori's talked about it.
Yeah.
And
Like Melanie would
and
connect
I've seen the
Vegas.
difference between y'all. I've seen the
Oh
difference
yeah.
between when she was living and
Oh,
how
big
y'all
difference.
been. Even though I was in the comments or whatever. Yeah, I've seen the difference.
Big difference. Big
Yeah,
difference. I'm like,
night and day.
hopefully in time, what up, Paige? Hopefully in time, like that's something you can't rush into. Like for you to be a leader in a Michael Jackson or a Jackson family space, there's certain qualities you have to have, like organization, patience, vision, persistence, and I mean it's a lot. You have to be
Morality.
yeah, true, diplomatic. I know Gloria, completely different topic, but it's somewhat connected to what we're saying. Gloria is supposed to have something in New York in December. She's the king of pop radio. So, and I know she was doing her thing when she lived here. So I was like, is she visiting or she came back? But you never know. You never know. She be cracking me up though. Gloria, if you say something stupid, she'll have no problem returning that energy back. I'll be on the floor.
She called out real quick. Make a post and then go live about it.
Yeah, but do you blame her? Because some of the stuff be out of pocket. You like, you know what?
No, we need people like that in the community.
I'm keeping it real. I ain't even mad. Like sometimes I just feel like one day y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Like what
Up
y'all
in
doing?
here, up in here. See,
Like
you done talk my mama up,
y'all.
and my mama love that song. Love that song.
So
So when the song come,
so did my grandmother. If I find the footage, my grandmother was one of them church ladies, but she knew that song.
it's so bad that when I hear the song, I have to say it like she said it. I'm like, DMX was not country at all. But I say, up in here, up in here. He didn't say, here, here. You know what I'm saying? like,
Yo,
huh.
I gotta give DMX his props. He was super spiritual, and he spoke on
Indeed.
things that I didn't understand until now. And
Same thing with
it's
Lauren Hill. I'm glad she's still here. And she said something in regards to D'Angelo. But I mean, like, we always talk about Miseducation. That Unplugged album, she's so far ahead of her time. You know,
but you could tell the industry did something to her to make her like say, you know what, this ain't for me. Like,
she,
please.
she she said that after she sold that did the Miseducation. Usually, when you sell like that, they want you to put out another album instantly. You know, the they never came back to her. They never they never said, "Hey, let's make a follow up album. Let's make this sophomore album. Let's follow up on the success." They didn't want that for her, so she dealt with some being blackballed.
You know what's crazy though? So now this is where she got in trouble. Her album was actually positive. It was starting the movement. I said, "Oh, they don't want that.
No,
They needed to be ratchet. They needed to twerk. They needed to be half naked. They needed to feed the youth with poison and low self esteem. They were not
and
feeling Lauren Hill. I'm
you
being
got to think
honest.
about this is the same time where Michael was protesting Sony. You know, that follow up album would have been in that same time period.
Because I was like, "Oh, that was actually a positive album. They didn't want her. Not. I'm not even being funny. Like,
Hmm. And that's why they still make up so much racket about what she's doing or how, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But
it
I got to see her and I got to meet her. It was a great show. You know what I'm saying?
the
She's a
same. I
dope
saw
human
her
being.
at the Apollo. She had on these camouflage pants with stilettos. How do I remember that? Because my boyfriend at the time was like in love with this outfit. Oh my gosh. Now, us New Yorkers love some camouflage. I don't know what that's about. Camouflage chins. We just love it.
New
Like,
York and New Orleans, y'all love
right, like we about
camouflage.
to go to war. We're just ready. So I guess he found it fascinating. She had heels on. I kind of found all my pictures and stuff. I'm like, we used to live at the Apollo because it used to be free if you went early. Like
Oh, yeah.
mad shows for free. Or like you name the celebrity of the '90s, we literally seen them all. So I was just like, they don't do that anymore. I used to play hooky from school. Don't do as I do, kids. And we used to stand online all day, get them tickets, and then watch all these shows.
Mm-mm.
They
You're
never
living.
questioned us. New York, you could have just sent us home to jail because in New York you can get in trouble for being a truant. They could lock you up for a couple of hours. I don't know if they do that now. They do that then. This is back in the '90s, but I was like, man, shout out to Lauren Hill. You did the right
Shout out
thing.
to Mario.
You did the right thing for leaving. It's like no, the music was positive and it was changing black images. No, she had to go.
Yeah, because the music industry's changed altogether. We used to have so many, like, think about Janet Jackson being signed to A&M and Mercury Records and all these other, it was so many record labels back then. And now you have what, three major? So,
With the movement of I be honest, good luck artists, especially music. They had this AI girl on TikTok and she said, "Why are you mad? Because I'm a prompt. How do you know you're not a prompt?" And I'm just like looking at this girl like she looks real. So, oh my god, they were like even on YouTube. There's actually fake avatar YouTube channels, and I'm like, already? We're already here?
yeah, we are in the future, and other countries are even farther in the future.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yep.
There was, oh yeah. I would say 80s and 90s are my favorite decades of artists. A couple of people, 2000, shout out Chris Breezy,
Okay.
Omarion, and B2K, Mindless Behavior,
Bum, bum, bum.
all right. But 80s, 90s artists, they were built different. Um, very creative, very raw.
Hmm.
I think that's why even in AI, they're bringing them back to life because they are missed. They are truly missed.
Oh, yeah.
Iconic.
Did you see where Michael Jackson estate is going after the AI Michael Jackson stuff? Did y'all talk about that?
No, so I have mixed feelings about it. If
Hmm.
people are being creative and doing like one, there's one guy. He does. If Michael Jackson was in, I don't know, name the movie
Right.
Tarzan. Like those are cool. My friend Rocky does like fantasy. She has a whole family. But where it got out of hand, people were like doing Michael Jackson bad things, and I don't want to get into like
Yeah,
deep.
I saw. Yeah, it was
That's where I'm like,
hoodlum
you took
stuff.
it too far. Like that's where you took it too far. I don't have issue with the AI at all, but
Hmm.
guys, use common sense. That's all I'm going to say. Some of it was super funny, and some of it was super inappropriate, and that's where you have to like kind of like find that line. Like, come on. I don't
Right.
know, like if they'll be able to control because right now, like all the companies are having trouble with AI. Like they just don't like it because they're using copyrighted material and artists and imagery, and it's like I'm sure they'll figure it out. So, but nah, it is a mess because some people have taken it too far, like way too far. But
Mhm. I do want to say this. So because you told me you were working or whatever, that prompted me to go. I was like, well, what if she don't come online before Tito's birthday is over? And
it
I was
almost
like,
got there. It almost got because I was just like, what the? That's why I said let's just do a quick slide because that intro it looks simple, but it's not. I had to take everyone's pictures and then it wouldn't format things right. Then I try to do the thumbnail. I was just like trying to get everyone's picture. I'm like, Trisha, just press start. Like, enough. Because I could
I
be a
dig it.
perfectionist at times, and I'm like, I'd rather have okay live than no live. So, and it worked out great. And we got 3 hours in, but without a watch party. That's actually excellent.
Yeah. So, um, your powerfulness is also rubbed off, right? Because I'm mind you that because when you said that, it kind of made me want to throw up. Because I didn't like it. Made me feel like why does she feel that she's not powerful?
No, I mean money. Like,
I know you.
like New York, money is power. Period. Like that's
Yeah.
power here. Like you want power is money. So I associated with money. I did like when you said that I was like, oh, that's deep, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you're a powerful bitch. So I recorded myself doing the poem and I posted it because a lot of times I record stuff and I don't post it. So I did post it on my Instagram
That's good.
and on my Facebook. So if you guys would share it, I would appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna
If
work on
nothing else,
memorizing
send
it.
it to me because right now the algorithm is so messed up. Like it's a long story, but just send it to me because right now none of your stuff is coming up. Like I don't know if you guys noticed, I don't put nothing in my stories because there's nothing to share. It's like the algorithm is just so messed up right now. Because if you touch one video that's non-Jackson, then it brings you to those videos, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me right now. So I'm trying to fix it.
Okay. I don't have a problem sending it to you.
No, they can
But
send it
yeah.
to me. Or we share it. I like that feature where you can repost people's stuff. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah. A little TikTok swipe. That's cool.
Right? So
Oh
Tori,
yeah.
any last thoughts, ladies? I'll let you go, Mama, first, since you're the special guest today.
I'm just glad to be here. I am super glad. I wanted to make sure I did it too, not just because it's Tito's birthday, but because today was the inaugural Tito Jackson Day in the wonderful city of Gary, Indiana, our hometown, my hometown, the Jackson's hometown. You know, greatness comes from Gary. And Tito is one of those magnificent beings from Gary, Indiana. And I'm just going to say, happy birthday, Tito.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Tito. Happy birthday, Papa T. Happy birthday,
Woo, woo,
Tito.
woo, woo. Wait. I know we got balloons somewhere. The question is, can I activate? Of course not.
Wait, yeah, because it did thumbs up on you, but you weren't even moving. I forgot what you were talking about, but it was like weird. You weren't moving or like doing any gestures.
There's ghosts in this apartment, and it's so
Huh?
crazy. No, seriously, when we were children, we used to say, "Mommy, there's ghosts down the hall." Trisha, shut up. Jr, shut up. So
Uh-uh.
now, but now I know there really was. Kids could see what adults can't see. Once in a while, this
Mhm.
thing, like the other day, my baby Yoda just started talking. Me and the dog look at this dog like, should we move? Like, what? I should have tamed it. We were real, both me and the dog were like, huh? They're friendly ghosts. I don't know if ghosts could be friendly, but I was like, sometimes the lights flicker in here. I know there was one live we turned off. Remember, Tori? I was like, yo, Tori, the light just started flickering for no reason. It wasn't a short, it was just flickering. I was like,
Oh
oh, this,
yeah.
yeah, I was low key scared. I was like, oh, not the lights.
I'm sorry, I was trying to laugh.
If I could find it, I just remember I was like, Tori, we need to stop the live.
Oh, excuse me. Let me mute.
I remember I made a show out of it. I was like, whatchamacallit? Yeah, I can't find the balloons. I don't like it inside Safari. I cannot wait to get out of this one. It's better in Chrome. It's like, where's my balloons? Well, happy birthday, Papa T.
Papa C.
Hot mess. Oh well. Was what thumbs up is I don't remember the gestures. I feel like I need to just put the gestures on the side. Any closing thoughts, Miss Toy Tor?
As I always say, I have one thing to say. At least look into each member of the Jackson family. I'm not saying you have to like their style of music because everybody's genre or whatever they create, like whether they do, like Yashi does poetry or Paris, she acts and stuff. But at least look into them, study them, research because their legacies are all connected. They each have their own lane, but it connects at the same time as well.
Facts. I'm surprised they don't have any closing thoughts. Just glad to be here.
Oh,
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was I was gonna say earlier um, that Catherine is still here, you right, and we want her to stay here as long as possible. So
Mm-hmm.
um, it's important that we kind of keep keep the energy positive around the Jacksons and try to be as supportive as we can. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a major legacy. Like, you know, it's like the Jacksons are America because they have that hope that we all, you know what I'm saying? And she's the one who really nurtured all of that.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
You can tell there's a lot of praying over her children, prayer for protection, just everything. Because I'm like, just to do what they were doing in the 70s, especially early 80s, talking about beating all the odds.
yeah,
That's crazy. 95 years old. God bless.
shout out to Miss Catherine.
All right, y'all. So we're going to be back next Tuesday for episodes 5 and 6. We owe you a concert at the end of the month. And then I think we're going to start veering off into that second gen, 3T. Well, we're already in 3T. Continue with 3T, Austin Brown. Make up for a lot of things that didn't happen over the summer. So we'll keep you posted. And there might be some fun TikTok challenges. So if you guys ever thought about coming on TikTok and you're like, oh, I don't know what to post, start creating your accounts. We're going to have like a challenge every day in November. Like for example, November 1st we have the Thriller challenge, so we're going to have a Thriller challenge related post. Let me see if I got the calendar. I have a lot of time on my hand. Here we go. Like, it's going to be fun for sure. Because I said now that I'm following bigger TikTokers, I'm like, oh, this is how they build their own community. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is how y'all roll on TikTok. Because I said I could did it on Instagram, but I legitly just want it on TikTok. Because like right now, the whole point is to make Jackson family music viral, if that makes any sense. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, viral and music seems to be associated with TikTok more than anything. Not saying you can't
Yeah.
put it on your Instagram, you could. It's just so. Let me see. I don't have all the month days, but I know I got some in here. God, there's so many notes on this thing. You know what? It's mixed in with gadgetry, but I'll have everything set. But just to get you prepared, if you ever want to do a TikTok, um, get that set up or get it back up. I am under the same name. I love the Jackson family. And then we're going to try to represent all the Jacksons. We're probably even going to have a Wear Purple Day for Prince and something, of course, for Janet Jackson and Tiro. So we're going to make sure that every Jackson's represented somehow and then just take it from there. And of course, the whole point, though, is to associate certain musics and songs and just get to know the Jacksons in a TikTok kind of way. So I'll keep you posted. That starts actually in 2 weeks, as if I don't have enough to do. I've gotten so fast at editing, so I'm like, you know what? That should be fun. and we're gonna try to make it fun and simple. What I like about TikTok, like they'll just have like take a still picture and put certain text on it, and I'm like, oh, I could do that. Like take a B-roll and make sure you put this song on it. Doesn't even have to make sense. Just put the song under there. Okay. So I noticed with TikTok, it's not polished, it's not fancy, it's just fun. So I think that that's something we could use. Like, just have fun.
Mm.
So see you guys next week, and thank you guys again for being here and making this Tito Day really special. Because I mean, we legitimately had no idea where this was going. We were like, "Oh, okay," and it
I
worked.
was waiting to see what they were going to do in the city of Gary, but I didn't. I never saw a post or whatever like saying there were going to be events surrounding it. I know the mayor spoke about Tito, or whatever, in the being his day, but it didn't seem like they had events surrounding it. There were other events this week with the city of Gary, but I was like, well, I know someone who's gonna do something for Tito's birthday. You know, boom, 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 Miss Powerful up here. So
But trust me, if we had money, we would have been in Gary. Because it's like even that little thing within LA, we had so much fun. I think it was 7 of us. We had so much fun. And the song that was in my head yesterday was One Way Street because me and Tori was singing it on the sidewalk. And we were like, it's just, that's what makes something fun. Like you make it fun. Our little powerful
Mhm.
seven. I was like, because it's funny, mad people said they were going to come. And we were like, where'd everyone go? I'm like, all right, seven's enough. We're
Yo,
good.
like a whole bunch of people liked the post and shared it on Twitter and Instagram. Man, we got that. Nobody was waiting. I was like,
No, I propose the 3T all go to Gary next year, Lord willing, and we all just do a fan meetup and do a little concert, a little 3T concert in the town and do some songs from their dad. Just throwing it out there.
I
Because right now they're in a season of healing, but I would love to like do like a big old Tito Jackson 3T celebration. Because part of the legacy is them.
mm-hmm.
So
definitely.
thank y'all are the best. And Serena is always Serena. I'm gonna have to like do a care package for you or something, man. She always be getting the information out. Like anytime we get stuff, like I could probably. I already have one thing I think I want to send you because now I found out it's a collectible. These
Mm,
Michael Jackson big old popcorn buckets.
mm.
So I got a Serena. If you got a PO box, let me know. I think I'm gonna send you a care package because I was like, yo, she be look. I don't even promote my own stuff. But I
She be
appreciate
on
that
it
she
too. I don't
does.
know how she sees it so quick.
I am here for it. I was like, you know what? I have one of those popcorn, what they call the bag that it came with, King of Popcorn, because all that stuff is officially limited edition. And I found out the King of Popcorn may not be no more. John, we need answers.
Paige's comment is so sweet.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh,
Definitely.
thank you. That's so sweet. So we need to get Serena like a nice little Christmas package. I'll be like, child, find all the little things that we collected throughout our little adventures.
Oh, true.
Actually, actually, they're getting ready for This Is Thriller. Oh wow, I can't believe This Is Thriller is like in 2 weeks. Oh man, we
Hmm.
got so much to talk about next week, y'all.
Gotta get it done. This year has come, and this year is getting its way on
I
out of here. I didn't.
know.
Okay, did you feel like you had a summer, Trish?
Yes, only because that whole movie theater thing became a thing for real. Like when I have to find the pictures of me in the 90s, I used to have a calendar I would create of every outfit I was going to wear. I never wore nothing twice. So I feel like the old me when I go to the movie theater because I used to dress up every single freaking day. For at least once a week, I feel like me. And I'm like,
Okay.
and it kind of like brought a spark in me because I was like, and I never realized how lucky I am to live in a city like New York. Cause it's like, oh, I can't go nowhere, and I'm like, you ain't gotta go nowhere. You live in New York. This it's a sticky town, but it's popping.
There's
There's
stuff to do.
always something to do. I've never seen a place like if you're born in New York, I don't know what's going on because everything's free half the time. Or how do you get 16 movies for $28? Like that's New York. They make sure you're good. So
So my question is, so for me, summer is associated with travel and seeing some nature. Um, I, so this weekend, I I virtually took a trip to Colorado.
she said virtually.
I virtually took a trip to Colorado. We drove from Gary to California when I was a kid. Um, and we went to Colorado, and I got this rock. Where's okay? I got this rock. You see how it matches my skin, and it's cold, like on Waterboy. So whenever I pick it up, it's always cold. Whatever, So I'm from this earth. Anyways, because I felt like I didn't have a summer, and so my question is, like, where do you go in New York where you feel like you are in tune with nature? Like, where do you go to touch a rock?
Bryant Park. I'm always in Bryant Park. There's a park not too that if everybody's like, why is she always at 42nd Street? Bryant Park is on Fifth Avenue, and then you walk a couple of blocks and there's that Regal thing I'm always at. So everything I do, Whole Foods, it's all in this one long thing. And then Bryant Park got mad cops. So like they have free movies in Bryant Park, free dancing classes, yoga. So for us, that's our normal. Like with New York, it's not always about traveling. It's about creating adventures, even at home. Like this
Hmm.
actually inspired me to stay in New York until my debt's gone. So y'all may not see me for a minute, but nah, man, I need that money. I've never been so messed up with my money in my life. So I was like, you need to like learn how to spend your money better and keep your butt home until you get your life right.
I've
But
seen
I'm
Hmm.
like,
Trish.
it's nah, it's not a good place. It's not a bad place to be stuck. I'm telling you that much. I'm like, I live here,
I've
Yeah.
seen Trish, y'all,
huh?
every year since 2022,
Oh,
except for this.
Lord willing, like
in
some people
person, you've
turn
seen her in
around.
person every year. You still
Yeah,
Yeah,
seeing her this year. You know,
I've
it's
seen her,
different.
but not in person.
I try, but some like when I say I'm crippled right now, I'm like there's so much I cannot talk about. It's just got to give it to God and trust something will fix itself.
Well, I understand the crippled part because
I was like,
the body stuff is not being able to get around.
no, I mean like
This year has been hell. I'm
financially,
talking about
like,
for me. For me,
oh,
not
okay.
you. You mean financially? I'm like feel like we kind of both been stuck in the house. Whatever. We're stuck in our city or whatever. But for me, it's been physical issues and trying to heal, and you're trying to heal financial issues
Yeah, I was
so that
like,
you can move how you want to move. Right. So yeah, I get
no,
it.
I'm a spoiled brat. Like, I don't know if I was a millionaire in, in my past life, but I spent money like I was born to very rich parents. So that stuff catches up with you, and you just got to figure stuff out. So, but for now, if I get stuck again next year, oh, we get more lit. Like, because I'm like, there's so many things I know about this city and like how it really works. So I'm like, there's so many opportunities to like show people how to live on a budget and have fun. So I'm like, even those movie fits, most of that stuff is from my closet. I'm like, I'm just getting stuff I never wore before. That's all. It's really fun.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, y'all the best. Thank you. Long live
Oh,
Tito freaking Jackson. Bam, 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 bam. Look at this
Tito
15,
time.
lucky 15 in the room.
that's my birthday. 2/15.
Mm-mm.
And it's it's almost 2:15 here.
And but and you know what? And that's what's crazy. Like so, we have the 15 in common. Me and Tito have the 15 in common. He's a Libra, I'm an Aquarius, so we're both air signs. And the 15 is the number of courage. And that's what Tito did. He had the courage to break a rule and gave birth to
And
all these.
you know how parents. I'm not even gonna say black parents. I think parents are legitly scary if you mess up property. So I'm like,
Yeah. And, especially he was making money off that. That's like if Joe had been a landscaper and Tito had broke his lawnmower. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what I want to watch? It's probably gonna be private, but The American Dream. That is my show. We can't do a sneak peek of the biopic. Now you know there's a rumor the biopic might end in the 80s now, right? Look at your face. That's what everybody said. We were like, really?
I'm saying, like, I understand, like, they're saying 2 movies, but I'm just like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 4 hours. That's a lot, you know.
I was just like,
and I don't want it to be like, what was it, All Eyes on Me? Because I felt like All Eyes on Me was just like, what those things called, like cue cards of Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
I never even seen All Eyes on Me.
Yeah, it was like they took like the iconic pictures and scenes, and they just made those. That's what they did in the movie. Basically, kind of didn't really get a new sense of, you know what I'm saying? You kind of didn't learn nothing new or whatever.
That's what I'm worried about with this.
Yeah, I want it to be full. You know,
I bet you the real story was full, and then they were like, "Sorry, my bad." And then, like they were saying, they were trying to work around what they can't talk about, only to realize it's not working. So that's what I was like, "What?"
That's crazy.
I'm excited, but not like how it was when we were getting Jafar standing on his toes, and it's just like, ooh, look at him on the set. Now it's just like, is that even in the movie now? Like,
don't make me worry, y'all. But I want to know. I'm gonna worry anyway. So tell me what's going on. Cause I don't, y'all be having the scoop.
Yeah, all I heard is now we're down to 1 part, but a possibility there still might be 2 parts. We're going to end in the mid to late 80s, and that's all we know.
I hope it's a fluke. I hope it's a rumor. I hope
so
they're
too.
Maybe they're putting out false news so that the monitoring spirits or the powers that be
leave them alone.
Will be deterred. Hopefully it's all lies. And then they come out with a boom blockbuster film that will
I think it's going to be a blockbuster, but it's like, if there's a cautionary tale, maybe be mindful what you put out in the universe, because they were making it sound like, oh, this is going to happen just the way this, that, and the third. And this, I think about James Gunn, for those who watch DC, and James Gunn kept tooting his horn about Peacemakers episode 6, 7, and 8. He's like, yeah, they're under wraps. Yeah. So we get, well, I didn't see it because I was so over this stupid series. But anyway, we get to episode 8. And then people were like, that's it? They were so underwhelmed. So in other words, don't tell us anything. Just show it, and then let us tell you if it's going to be popping. Because some we were told we're going to learn things that we didn't know. It's going to be all this, that, and the third, and then it's just like, wait, what? I'm still excited, but I just felt like, don't say anything else. Just, that goes for you, James, especially James Gunn. Like, I'm so glad I canceled my freaking HBO $17 a month. I said, that son just told me, like, no. Hey, what up, King Michael? Bow, 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 bow.
It's almost like we summoned him.
Hello.
And he got in the room exactly at 3:15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like every time you try to leave, here comes somebody else. Like NJ Fangirl, she even came in kind of late, and then Paige came in kind of late, and now King Michael's. It is 3:16. Yeah.
I still got enough time to get sleep, but not much sleep because I have to. Today's a movie fitting. The movie fittings we put in effort. I mean, I went to the movies earlier today, but that was just more like to get a poster and eat lunch there. I know, like there, so it's gonna be an AMC. I'd be like, I'm back. But they got some good salsa, man. Then I was like, oh, how much is this popcorn bag? She said $20. I said, you can keep it. That's how you know I'm changing. I'm not buying souvenirs at the theater no more. I just be like, no. What y'all think about the
I need some
biopic?
meat for $20.
Y'all can go first on this question. What do y'all think about the biopic?
I don't know much. Okay, so my favorite movies, my number one spot. There are two there. It's The Wiz and then The Temptations. I always said The Wiz first, but anyways, but they're my number one spot. I have watched The Temptations probably over 1,000 times, for real, no lie, easily. Could be close to 2,000 times. I'm not sure, whatever. Let's just say 2,200 times. That was like 3.5 hours, 3 hours, right? The way I love Michael, I definitely need more than 3 hours. So that's it. It should be like The Roots. Okay, like the Roots series.
Oh shoot, nah, they really gonna be mad. They wasn't here for the three
Like we can
hours.
just
They
eat.
sure ain't gonna be there for that.
But it was a lot of episodes to that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I need two. Yeah, I need 2 hours each installment. I might be greedy. So, but you asked me. Mm.
See, I saw what Paige wrote. Kind of bummed that they've been difficulties. Yes, with making the movie, I need the biopic to be good, and yeah,
I think it's gonna be good. I
it
think
is
it's gonna
going to
be
be
good
good. Then
regardless.
that's fine. I don't care where in the 80s, 70s, whatever. But
I don't want it to end where the American Dream left off though, because
that's
you
what
left off
I'm
at the 80s.
saying. I'm like, y'all could at least get the Dangerous.
Yeah,
You can't.
yeah.
There's only so far you can go with Dangerous, but at least can we end in the 90s? What the? I don't know.
And will they promise us that there will be a second part? Is it gonna really come through? I'm to the point where I see it to believe it kind of person. Like
Yeah.
if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, at least I didn't put my hopes up too high. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Once they said there was a legal I'm sorry, because they never said it. Everybody else said it. So
Allegedly.
allegedly
Hmm.
there was
Allegedly.
a legal reason why things had to be changed. I'm like, oh, I'm over it. Because I wanted every aspect in there to see how they were going to handle it.
Hmm.
So
I mean, I feel like it would only be fair. Like it should at least go into the 2000s. Like at least get Blanket in there. That's how I feel.
I don't know. It's we'll wait till everything reveals. And remember, if the rumor is true, the trailer comes out in about a little over a month, allegedly.
Allegedly.
When the movie
Um,
poster coming, that's the first thing.
Uh,
When the movie
Tori,
poster
take your
coming.
hand off your hip when you say.
We talk about trailers and what about the movie poster?
you ain't lying. So
We gotta get through that hurdle and then a teaser.
we're almost 6 months away from the biopic. So that's like, oh, okay, we're getting close.
Yeah, the way this year went, it's crazy.
Oh, it felt like you blinked and it's like, oh, year's over. What? For those who
Yep.
celebrate Halloween, that's 2 weeks. For those who celebrate Thanksgiving, that's 6 weeks. And then Christmas is what? Like s-
I
10
saw
weeks.
advertisement for something for Christmas yesterday, earlier today. I was like, they were advertising pajamas, Christmas pajamas.
Yeah. I know for us, they keep saying the trailer's going to be a Wicked, the 21st show, but then there's also a Wicked showing on the 19th. Now, I tried to get tickets for that, but they say I have to pay for those who's considered a special event. I'm not paying. I'll just
Mhm.
wait. Because you already know whoever sees that daggone trailer, they're probably going to leak it somewhere. I'll just watch the leak. Because like, I'm not playing with y'all.
That part.
Um, Yeah, I think I'm not gonna get excited until I get at least a trailer with a permanent date,
Hmm.
and maybe a new picture would be nice. Maybe a poster would be even better. I want to see Jafar talking like Uncle Michael Jackson. What does that look like? Even though I heard his acting is really good, so I don't know. I'm excited, but I'm treading lightly.
Hmm.
I don't know how this became treading lightly, but
I don't know what that is. That's not even a bunny hop. It's giving bunny hop mixed with the Velociraptor, a little Jurassic Park mixed in there.
like what?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Everything is so it's so complicated. I know. I was hoping the trailer was gonna. We don't know if it's gonna be in Wicked, but my vision was it's gonna come on the internet. I'm only 30 minutes from my job. I was gonna jump on the express something and get over here and be like, coming live. Hope my boss isn't watching. Coming live. I was even thinking about. Well, actually, I do have a mic on me at all times now. I was like, oh, I can even shoot it at work. Blah 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 blah. Keep a tripod there. Listen, when they said it was going to be in a movie theater, I was like, whatever. I can't get excited either. Just not just yet because it's been so many changes without official word. It's like, have you noticed nothing really came from the freaking estate or Lionsgate or anybody? Super complicated. Hope it's worth. Yeah, it better be. Yo, we definitely got to have a.
We need to have a reaction live, a reaction video emergency plan
But what we
prepared.
can do, we could, if I could afford this plan, we could have everyone do a reaction on their. I wish you could connect lives after the. I don't know. We got to figure something out. But for now, no, nothing. It's been a nothing burger. Nothing has been said. Everything's been rumors. I got the majority of my stuff from John Campea. John Campea got his stuff from an unknown source.
Mhm.
So, hey, John. So I don't know. My thought is it may not be as confusing. I don't know. I think because so much was not so much was said, but certain things were said, and I'm like, based on the rumors, even the people that we said was going to be in the movie, some of them will be cut out if certain decades are not in there anymore.
Oh.
I'm saying anyways, I ain't gonna say nothing. Leave it alone. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know nothing about birthing babies. Or whatever Butterfly McQueen said in the movie.
Like, I don't know what that's about. I think the fact that the media team has recently made a new TikTok. Oh yeah, you're right. And someone even made a video about that. They were like, make sure you follow, make sure you follow. That is a good point. I gotta find that video. I remember I downloaded the TikTok and I was like, oh snap. And you even mentioned that before, and I'm like, I don't even think I followed it yet. We'll see. You have two jobs. Number one, a good freaking film. And two, the popcorn buckets better be epic. They better be freaking epic. I want one cup to light up. I like even some of Jess designs. Jess had one like on his toes.
Look, she want popcorn buckets. I want KFC buckets. Okay, like because I refuse to try to get full off popcorn. Feed me for real.
At least in New York, we have like. Well, I'm actually going to the theater later on today. I'm getting me vegan nuggets and they got these big old fries. You are full. I think it's like $17, but I think I have $5. Actually, I have a $25 gift card, so it's free for me. But the point is, wow, they serve food, and if you go to the Alamo, they actually serve you at the movie. Like they serve you at your plate. It is so good. Big old burgers and fries. The only thing with the Alamo, they don't mess with Apple Pay, and I don't mess with things that don't mess with Apple Pay. So I'm like, I'm not giving you my you got to give them your credit card. I said, are you dumb? No.
That makes sense.
Like literally, I give them your credit card. I'm like, no. They better have background checks on these people. I think they're planning on dropping a trailer and poster across all platforms. That's cool. That's so cool. They are playing with our feelings, and I don't like being played with. Unless you're Hayden Christensen or Randy Jackson. That's a whole
Do you hear her voice change though?
Yeah.
Listen, I got AI. Where's my AI hating? When I said the whole hating thing has gone too far, you know how Rocky has Michael Jackson AI? I have it's me and Hayden. Only a handful of people came for me, but I was like, I don't care. This is my Atlanta Delulu. Where's me and my fake husband in my head?
Girl.
He's so hot though. So is Randy, but where Randy at? I seen Hayden twice and Randy zero.
That
Where is that one? I got that Mariah Carey song. It is so funny.
Mariah Carey song you don't.
I give my life.
Oh, I know what you
My
said.
all.
Yeah.
You gone. Okay.
Oh, I'm going.
Down
Like this is
bad.
the Lulu at its finest.
She down bad.
All right.
Don't you make me snort on this live, girl.
It's going this far. This has gone way too far.
Hold up.
Now that picture is from me from Comic-Con. And I got lucky. The sun it was magic hour. It was so funny. My coworker, so this is before they changed our dress code. They used to let me come to work with, like wherever I wanted. So he said, "Hey, you got orange makeup like Ahsoka," and I go, "I don't have orange makeup." So he got real quiet. He said, "Just you got too much makeup. You're orange." So it worked out. Ahsoka's really orange.
Oh.
So then when the sun was setting, that's when I got that pretty glow. And then I did do a little AI and I stress a little, but that's one of the best pictures I've ever taken in my life, even though I'm still sad that he thought my makeup was orange. But it worked. It worked for that cosplay. I was like, my son got orange makeup on. He just got real quiet, like he's like, Trisha, your face is orange. Oh, that's Hayden. That's the guy who plays Anakin Skywalker. in Star Wars, and I don't want to give too much away because some of you guys don't know what happens. It's a cool story. So, hey,
So
Randy.
in the Lululand,
Yes.
is Trish with Hayden Christensen, or is the alien lady you and you're with?
So this is the beauty of me. All that's me. I'm the alien lady. I'm the lady who looks.
That's why I asked because I'm like, yep,
I'm literally
I
like
felt that.
it's funny. Like sometimes people like I'll post stuff on TikTok and then somebody goes, "Is that an act?" I'm like, "No, this is really me." Like it's so randomly fun in here. Like even fun when all the kids are around. It's just so fun. It's like so ridiculous in here all the time. It's like so. Right now, when we fix up the house, my first thing is to have like a movie night with all the kids. Now, all the kids are 18 and up, but it's still freaking fun. Oh my
Hmm.
god, I love it. I love it. I was like, no, that's really me. I like sometimes I just wake up and I'm like a different person. I'm fine with it. That's why I kind of miss our old dress code because they let us dress like whatever. Once in a while, the upper management would be like, Trisha, what are you today? And I'd be like, Ahsoka. And they're like, what's Ahsoka? I'm like, Star Wars. Like, but the clients get me. Like the clients know why I'm dressed like that. So that's why they don't get mad because they're like, well, at least they know I'm into pop culture and then I'm in a top account. So it's like, how do you guys not know what's going on? So that's
It makes me
that's
think of Michael Jackson on Men in Black. Is it two? I could be Agent M. That I love that. I'm like, I'm finding other movies that like that flew underneath the radar he was in. I'm like, are you serious? Like I knew about the Men in Black two thing or whatever, but yeah, I'm like, hold up. I don't know he was in the movies that, like in the 90s or early 2000s. I'm like, what the hell? So,
yeah,
anyhow.
crazy here all the time. Don't let it
Yeah.
be like a fake holiday. Oh no, we got dishes. We have it's a I could be by myself and we have a big old spread. So yeah. And
Get
it's
it.
funny, I never date anybody like me, but they appreciate the insanity. They're like, what? I'm like,
Well,
and
somebody has to be like, if both of you guys are in another galaxy at the
no,
same
no,
time.
honestly, I wouldn't mind dating another whimsical person. As long as you can pay your bills and be responsible and you know when to turn it off, I'm down for it. But I wouldn't mind dating another whimsical person. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm here for the whimsy
I'm like, no.
to a
You,
certain degree.
right. You have to shut it off. If you can't shut it
Yeah,
off,
you
we're
got to
not
be
gonna work.
you got to be able like, okay,
Right.
I need some, but
I
hell,
think it'll
my
be
name is Mama
fun.
Miss. How could I not be here for whimsy? You know.
Right? Like you
So
know, I think I would be a good, in theory, and good girlfriend slash wife. It would be Michael Jackson in theory. In personality, I think Michael and I would be a good match.
I'm exercising self control.
I'm just saying.
I hear you.
I'm still in love with Randy, but I'm just saying personality. It is Michael.
Okay, I hear
I,
you. Hmm.
I'm
That's
just
fine.
saying. I said
I'm here.
personality. I know he
Mhm.
has a bunch of wives. I ain't trying to have y'all fight me. I'm,
wait, wait, Michael. I thought yours was Tiro. It,
No, Michael Jackson is my forever husband. Understand that. I
mm-hmm.
told y'all I was 1 year old and asked my mom when I was gonna marry Michael Jackson. At one, by the time I turned two, I had realized it was a boy that went my Kingdom Hall kind of looked like Michael Jackson. I was like, well, maybe I could get with him until I could get to Michael at two. So but yeah, but he literally looked like the off the wall poster. So, anyways, girl, please,
I'm
you
not
make my
gonna lie.
ears hot now.
Those accounts where everyone's like legitly like making fantasy with Michael. I am not gonna lie. It
Look
do I have to?
enticing.
It looks enticing.
Ah!
I think it would just hurt my heart too bad.
Guys, here we go. Another one in Garrison. Like I know not to mess with Michael's wives. Like, but I'm just
you
going
just sit it
personality.
down.
I honestly think Michael's my soulmate.
You have lots of soulmates. Your aunt and your uncle and your mom and dad can be your soulmates. You have all types of soulmates. Classmate could be your soulmate. A soulmate does not mean a romantic
No,
connection.
I definitely don't. That's a funny thing. I don't see Michael romantically, except for no AIs. Haha. But personality. Oh my god, I would never want to be his wife if I could be his friend forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and Michael have a lot in common. I actually have vitiligo like Michael Jackson.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have it on my ankle.
Oh.
Um, and maybe a couple of spots on my leg or whatever, but it's not really noticeable like that. But yeah,
Mm-hmm. No, I said I always wanted to be Michael's friend because I said I want to keep him. So
and then I'm an Aquarius. We're humanitarians. Aquarius is the humanitarian of the zodiac. Michael Jackson is the biggest humanitarian there is. So, you know.
that'd be my homie. I'd be like, Michael, guess what? It's National Popcorn Day. What you doing? And we just hang out. But no, I never saw Michael romantic until this AI stuff came out. That's a whole different story. But no, I think like in my mind, he's still my homie.
Mm,
But I still say that would be my bestie of all besties. There's just something about him. Like he gets what a lot of people don't get about me. They're like, why don't you this and why don't you that? And I'm like, cuz like I just I don't I don't get adult culture, man. It's just boring as crap to me. I can't do it. I tried.
mm.
I tried. It's not it.
Who says what's adult?
Well,
In it.
I live in New York. I am constantly being reprimanded for my behavior and I don't care. So especially in New York, everything's about facades and being quite frankly fake. I was just like,
Mm,
you guys are really like who you're pretending to be. Good for you. I can't do it. I tried.
right.
It's
Okay.
boring. It's like I really can't do it. Like I'm like, I can be Miss Fifth Avenue. I can, but that's not really me. Like it's Spider-Man socks and book bags. Judge me. I don't care. But I don't
Sounds
know.
sensible.
No, but New York, they're really big at like putting you in your place and or at least trying to. I stress trying to. And actually, if I know something aggravates you, I'm gonna just do it even more. I'm like, oh, this bothers you? Great, we'll do it again tomorrow.
See?
And I'm very like I gotta be. I mean, I don't take myself too serious, and I think that pisses people off. And I'm not trying to impress anybody. Like, I mean, maybe 20 years ago, but now I don't care. It's like I want to just live my life the way I want to live it.
Living for your own approval. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Exactly. I'm like, you never ever like, especially like in Harlem, they're big on labels, and I'm like, I'm not spending like $3,000 on a bag. It's just not happening. It doesn't make any sense to me. Now, do I have designer bags? Yes, but I've got them all pre-loved. I paid significantly less for them, significantly less. So it's like no. And then the stuff that I wear is not even cool in Harlem. So I'm like, what are we doing? No. So I don't want that bag. I want this bag. Like I'm rocking Trader Joe bags right now. Trader Joe's they can be, but it's like honestly, I don't care. Like I just no, like I just legitimately don't care. And honestly, there's a culture of Gen Xers and even Boomers that live in their own bubble. We don't care. Like we're gonna do what we want to do. We don't care if we're not dressing our age appropriate or size appropriate. We don't care. We're gonna wear whatever we want. Like I have very muscular legs. Guess what? You're gonna see my very muscular legs. I don't care if I'm 100 years old. I'm just gonna wear it. So, but I'm not the only one. There's a bunch of us. Like you could try to put us in a box.
These curves weren't made for no box.
I said I don't care if I'm fat or skinny. I wear whatever I want. Like, are you kidding me?
That part.
No, I don't think LA people are rude, but I'm not gonna lie. LA people, I can't read them, and sometimes I pick up on things in my editing because remember that camera's on me 24/7. So it's like things I don't pick up in real time when I edit stuff. I'll be like, "Ooh, shade, ooh, shade." I don't
Hmm.
take it personal, but it's so crazy. Like I can't read LA people the way I could read New York people. Like LA, it's a lot of smiling, but it's like, you could just tell like if someone doesn't like you, you can't tell very easily unless you got that camera, and I do. I mean, I don't got an issue with it. Like, New Yorkers could be just the same, to be honest, but I just find New Yorkers easier to read. LA, I could never read them. I'm like, what the? Yes, woo woo. Them, us Gen Xers are the worst. We are like the most immature generation of all time. I love us. I was like, we are a mess. Like, you can't tell who the parent is or the child anymore. I'm here for it.
I am a early millennial. Um, so some people call us zennials. So we are, yeah, we're
what,
like
what are y'all known for?
zennials. We are we are the like right in the middle there. Like so, we had analog TV, we had the rotary phone and all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? We were the ones we got like went from Atari to Nintendo, that type of thing. DuckTales, that's like kind of they should just call us the DuckTales generation. Really, yeah, that's the best way to call it. Like you know what I'm saying? We are we are the Michael Jackson kids. Like, cause Xers, y'all are Jackson kids. We're Michael Jackson kids. We're BT MTV. You know what I'm saying? So we we like had hands on stuff, but we also have the digital. So we're like cuspers.
That's actually like X2 for sure. I mean, we had computers in class and everything. We saw the internet form and former. I guess millennials and Xers have a lot in common. Cause I'm like,
Well, so if you were born like I think it's some 76, maybe 77, 76 to 85, they call that group Zennials. So we are a sub um whatever generation. So yeah.
no.
So if you're born prior to that, it's kind of like, a difference.
So no, we were. That was one thing I found interesting. Like, I can't wait to find all my old pictures and videos. I was like, oh my gosh, all this stuff was forming in front of us, and I got it all on tape. So, um,
That's crazy.
yeah, it was kind of cool though, because I'm like, I was the only one with the camera, and I was always responsible. Like, if, like, for example, like smoking weed was illegal in the '90s, I would not tape that. Like I was always known to turn that camera off because it's like now everything is like whatever. But and the cool thing is, which is not funny for those who got caught, there was cameras all around the house. There still is, but like back then that was unheard of. So like people would be like, "Are you taping us?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Where's the cameras?" I'm like, "I'm not telling you." So
Oh
I used to
wow.
make shows out of it. So I'm not gonna lie, some of the shows took it too far. I did take it too far, but I told you. So like sometimes you see people come in my
Different,
house
different.
and you can tell they're looking for the cameras, and I'm just like, don't say nothing stupid. Don't do nothing stupid. You should be all right. So that's funny. I mean, it's not funny if we made a joke out of it, but
Mm-mm.
oh, couple. That's what's up. Like TikTok is a whole Gen X like movement.
Are there any zennials in here? Any zennials or early millennials? Because all I think was Gen X, Gen X. And then I think Carol said she was like 20 when you was a kid or something, when you was born. No, when D'Angelo was born, she was a teenager or something. Yeah, like we're Zennials are the Pepsi generation.
Yeah, yeah.
We're a Pepsi
But there's definitely a
generation.
lot of like commonality, like to the point where I thought I was a millennial. They go, no, you're definitely Gen X. I'm like, are you sure? But
Hmm. Yeah, millennial. This is what's crazy is where it comes with the millennial, right? Millennial starts in 81, not even
oh,
80. So I got classmates, like when I say classmates, same graduating class, who are, I guess they would be X, and I would be a millennial. It's that crazy.
yeah,
So,
that's
but I think that Zennial term represents us more because there's a difference between the me as a Zennial and somebody who's my cousin who's born in 91 or 93. You see what I'm saying? Because
not true because things
millennial
are
goes to 95, 90, I think 95.
well. '90s kids grew up with CDs, cassettes are being phased out, and then if I'm not mistaken, MP3 players are forming in the late '90s, early 2000. I have to or something like I have to look it up because I've had MP3 players forever. So
Mm-hmm.
you have Napster forming, like
Hey,
things
Serena.
are changing. Ah, okay. So, but like you said, some millennial people, millennials can resonate with some of the Gen X things where you're seeing it go from analog to digital, like that. I'm like, no, if you're born in the '90s, things are changing by the time you're 10 years old, like really changing.
Because if you're born in the 90s, when do you start remembering? You know what I'm saying? So if you're born in 91, you might start remembering after Tupac's gone.
Yeah,
That you see what I'm saying?
exactly.
So that's a whole different thing because you think about okay, where I'm coming from or where you come from. So Zennial, right? So Destiny comes out in 78, right? Then and that's big for, black artists or whatever, right? And then Off the Wall comes out in 79. BET starts 1980. MTV starts 1981. Michael comes out with Thriller and they have to like threaten them to get them to play, right? And then most people still didn't have cable. But if you're born in 91 and you start having memories at 5, 96, you might remember Tupac. You might remember Tupac, right? But
Right,
at that point, you know what I'm saying? We got gangster rap on, you know, on regular TV. So called gangster rap. They call it reality rap. But yeah. Oh, it's a big difference between the the early millennial and
no,
late
that's
millennial.
true. That's like I know some Gen Xers could be in their 60s. And I think I even work with some of them, but we just do not see anything on the same page ever.
Yeah.
And it's not even I'm like, like they'll play stuff at work and I'm like, what's that? What are you playing?
Hmm?
What
What
is that?
happened?
Like when they play music at work, because we're allowed to play music
Oh.
um sometimes, not all the time. And so they'll play certain songs and I'll be like, what's that? Like and be dead serious. I'm like, so I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. Like
Hmm.
especially like my father listened to a lot of like Bee Gees and stuff, Barry White, Bee Gees. My mom, a lot of Motown. And then I went to private school. They did a lot of alternative music. So it's like I don't have like a lot of like stuff like from the 60s and stuff. I really don't know like that at all. I'm like, what?
Well, I like music and stuff, so not,
Yes. Yes, I do. I like music, but it's like it's just so different from most people. Like you'll be like, you like what? If you ever look at my playlist, it is all over the place. You can't tell what
mine
age
is
I am. You can't even tell what race I am. If like what?
my ear is mostly of the colored kind, you know.
No.
Um,
Like
but
lately I've been really into like alternative, and I have my moments with it. Like I lately it's just been like I saw the Breakfast Club, and the next thing you know, I'm playing everything from the 80s and all the new artists now. It's like, I don't know.
yeah,
I mean,
I
I like it
watched
all though.
I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for the first time this weekend, and I watched the John Candy
Documentary.
documentary,
I heard it was
which
good.
I enjoyed it. I always like John Candy. And Macaulay Culkin, grown Macaulay Culkin is in there. We'll come right back to Jackson Connection. Yay! Won't he do it?
Well, he has some meet and greets coming up soon.
Really?
So yeah, yeah. I gotta
You
look
got to
that
keep
up
me
again
a
to remind people. I'm like, no, he's doing the meet and greets. If I think I've actually met him by accident. So I used to work at a very like independent bougie movie theater, and so I see him. But I was like, "Oh, you look like McCollin kid," and he goes, "I do." And the minute he said, I'm like, "Oh, he clearly is." But you work in like a high end theater, you can't ask for pictures and stuff like that. But I'm
right.
like, "Oh, that's how I met him."
Mhm.
I'm sure he doesn't remember this. It's at the theater, like, oh god, it's so long ago.
Mhm.
Oh my dude, you understand? Like that is my freaking movie, bro.
And
See,
he actually talks.
huh?
Yeah, he talks about Michael in there, and he was talking about how his father was really hard on him and stuff like that, and that like Michael could kind of sense something was going on, and or not, maybe not Michael, John Candy. John Candy could sense something, and so he was like, kind of just really tender with him, like like just kind of checking in with him and stuff, and so yeah, it was it was pretty dope.
Mm-mm.
If you guys get a chance, I
Oh
suggest you check
no,
it out.
this is classic. It's so classic.
What does it say?
The and 16 Candles. I like any kind of movie like that, like The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Mean Girls, like anything, Clueless.
Oh,
Oh
like the
my,
high school movies.
you
Uh-huh.
don't understand. Like that is my
What about Lean on Me? How do you feel about Lean on Me?
not for heavy repeaters. No, no, no. Like I do like watch deeper things, but then it's so deep you be like, how did you go from one extreme to the next? Like I like movies about war. I don't know why. Like
I don't like war movies like when they're real like heavy like that. I watched Platoon
not
recently.
heavy, but when it's like strategic, so you like can see how like maybe fascism has formed or something. Like I don't mean like stuff
Oh,
where like more like the build up to like war. I don't know. Like
mm.
if you ever saw Andor from Star Wars, that's like really good Star Wars. You're like, what? Very,
No,
but
I
it
like
has
Star Wars. I I kind of haven't been watching as much. Something was going on with my Disney what you call it thing.
mm.
So well, anyhow.
So I'm like, I'm all over the place. But if I had to say what's my favorite genre, it has to be like the nice teen movies. I'm here for it. I'm like, what? Bend and snap.
I like I like black musicals and comedies. So, that's why the Wiz and Temptations is up there. Of course, Jackson's American Dream. Um I
That's why I said if you went from my movies and music, you couldn't tell what race I am. You'd have been like, is she black? Like,
But
But I just
Sandlot's in there too. Sandlot, My Girl, Home Alone's. Oh, if Forrest Gump is on, I'm gonna have a heart. I know that like word for word.
oh wow.
Lion King. A good soundtrack. A good soundtrack. Footloose.
Not Ferris Bueller. Shut up.
Yep, that's
Bueller?
John. Is that a John Hughes? I think it's the John Hughes. That's a John Hughes
I
film, right?
don't say Bueller. Bueller. Well, actually, they're doing Back to the Future anniversary. You already know I'm going to be in the movie theater.
Where?
I know in New York, it's all AMC and Regal.
When? Is it today? Today? That wasn't on October 15th, 1985?
Uh,
Was on the dashboard, or was it October 25th?
I know. I think it comes out October 30th here.
No, I'm saying on the dashboard when they set the.
Oh, that part I don't remember.
Yeah, see, you claiming you, and I'm like, I'm a nerd to a certain degree. You know.
No, I was like, oh no. I mean, you would have thought I would have known. As many times I seen Back to the Future. What? I like Joe Pesci. I like
Which
Mark.
one's your favorite Back to the Future?
Oh, the first one.
The
Hands
first one's
down.
your favorite?
Yeah, I'm like, that is the one.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of time travel, but I'll let that rock. So I'm like,
You
that's
How do you claim to be the Lulu but don't want to time travel?
I don't care for it.
Okay.
But you know, a lot of the good movies mess with time travel. I don't know what
I
that's about.
like a time travel movie. Like I watched Encino Man like 2 months ago. Maybe yeah. It's not time travel, but it's like kind of like time travel because he was frozen. And he, you know,
Mm.
you don't remember Encino Man?
No, I don't think I saw it.
Encino Man, it's got Pauly Shore in there, and then Brendan Fraser plays the caveman dude that he thaws out, and it's there in high school.
No, I didn't
So
see.
like, yeah,
Oops. Hold
you
on.
were probably grown when it came out though. It was like the 90s. Everybody is up. It
It's
was like
surprising.
this yesterday. Everybody
Yes.
was up. Did Tori go to sleep? Because Tori ain't said nothing in a minute. Tori, are
Tori
you still
never
here?
goes to sleep. The day Tori goes to sleep, I'm like, I will be
I'm
shocked.
here.
Never goes to sleep. That's me and Jess. Me and Jess will fall asleep on you,
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
but
I've
not
been
me.
here. See, Pixie said it. Encino Man was good.
And then to be lying saying, well, no, it's Jess that be lying saying she
No,
was
Jess be cracking me up because she goes to sleep just like me. I'm like, wait, Jess? Mm-mm. I miss everybody. I miss Jess. I miss Jen. I miss Scarlett. I miss freaking.
been a low key disconnected. Yeah.
Oh, I miss Soli. I miss everybody. It's been what a year. All right, y'all. For me to be able to get through today, I need to get off this live. But see y'all Tuesday. Bam, 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 bam.
Ooh. See you then.
All right. Bye,
Oh,
y'all.
Bye. Happy birthday, Tito. Love everybody.
love one another.
Thank you for watching this live or replay. Make sure you sub to this channel to get more content like this. Don't forget to like the video, share, and I will see you guys real soon.